welcome into the Lakers Report. I am your host, Brett Alper. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about the matchup, the first round series, the Lakers and the Timberwolves. And this guy, JJ Redick, had multiple things to say, very good things to say about the upcoming season. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The Lakers Report will be live at 5:15 Pacific time for Game 1 of Lakers versus Minnesota. You're not going to want to miss it. A live show, watch party. Hit that big red sub button if you're ready for the game. All right, so this is what JJ Redick first said on the Timberwolves. He said it's a very difficult opponent. They've played as well as anyone lately. I believe they're one of the 4 teams in the top 10 in offense and defense, so they present a lot of problems. And the one thing about JJ Redick, he is a basketball psychopath, and it could be any team. It could be the Timberwolves, or it could be the low-end teams at the bottom, like the Spurs. No offense, they do have Wemby, but he's out for the year. He's going to take any matchup super serious, and he's going to treat them like they're the best team in the NBA. And, well, throughout the matchups in the regular season, this has been a pretty even matchup. You can see it's 2v2. The Lakers won opening night of the NBA season, and then on February, they did get the win. Julius Randle, I don't think, played. But there's one game out of all 4 of these that the Lakers didn't have Luka Doncic. And the one game they did have Luka Doncic, they did win right here. So if we take a look at the stats between the 4 matchups, the 4 games between them, look how similar this is. I mean, 113 to 114. Rebounds are within 2. Assists per game, that's the big difference. But field goal percentage within 1, 3-point percentage with 1. I mean, you go on paper, and this is like, we're going to get close matchups every single game. Game 1's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be very close. But the Lakers, you know that JJ Redick is preparing. He's going to be in the office watching film for probably 12 hours of the day because that's just what he does. And this is what he had to say on preparing for the matchup. We've had games in the last 6 of 7 weeks where we hadn't played the team since AD was on the team when we didn't have Luka. So we have a way of prepping based on previous games and previous games against Luka. We have a general idea of what their roles are, and like they have a general idea of what our roles are. It doesn't necessarily matter that we don't have anything on tape with both of these teams at full strength. And to be honest, I mean, since the Luka trade, neither of these teams have been at full strength. You lose Randle for a couple games if you're the Timberwolves. LeBron was out for a couple weeks with the Lakers. It's the NBA. You play 82 games. By the end of the season, you're beat up. You're banged up. You're never going to have all 5 of your guys all 82 games. That's very, very rare. But when the playoffs come, the number one thing that you want to have is all your health. And for the Lakers and the Timberwolves, it's looking pretty likely that they're going to be very healthy and fully healthy through all. If you look at this matchup, I mean, if I go down the line, Luka, better than Conley. Anthony Edwards, better than Reeves. Obviously, LeBron over McDaniels. Rui Hachimura and Randle, we've seen, if you look at the playoff stats of Randle, I said it in my preview, he's a shrinker. It's just, he's one of the worst statistical players that you've seen. But the one thing, Rudy Gobert over Jackson Hayes. Rudy Gobert has no offense, but that defensive presence in the paint is very strong. And Luka, if the Lakers want to win this series, Luka has got to be a strong suit. In the playoffs, he just rises up. I mean, his points per game in his career, 30.9, 9.4, 8.1. This guy is almost averaging a triple-double in the playoffs. If we go back, I showed you guys the Western Conference stats. That is the sole reason. Luka is the sole reason why the Dallas Mavericks made the finals. I think I can go back and look at all the predictions, and everybody was picking Minnesota just because how hot they were at the time, and Luka Doncic turned it up on another level. I mean, we saw the game winner, didn't we? He turns it up in the playoffs. And that's one of the things that I've said in my keys to victory. You got to contain Anthony Edwards. Your centers and bench have to set the tone. If your bench can come off, if Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent can come off the bench and hit your threes, you're going to win the game. Luka's got to be his best. And the last one, just let LeBron be LeBron. And the one big thing I said with the centers and bench, set the tone, you got to make your threes. And since Luka's debut, 40% of the shots the Lakers have taken are threes. It's the new wave NBA. Thanks Steph Curry for changing all that. That's third in the NBA. The Lakers take a bunch of threes. And when you guys that can facilitate the ball, create space like Luka Doncic and LeBron James, if you can get your man open, if they can hit their shots, this is going to be big for them. Now, the Timberwolves, they're one of the best defenders in the league. They've allowed sixth fewest three-pointers per 100 possessions. So it's kind of an even matchup here. Timberwolves are very good at defending the three, but the Lakers are very good at hitting threes. Who's going to be matched up? Who's going to make their shots? And that's the key to victory. So I'm going to ask you guys. I add my 4 keys to victory. Let me know down in the comments, what's your biggest key to victory? Is it that the Lakers need to make threes? Is it that LeBron needs to take over? Is it that Luka needs to take over? Let me know down in the comments section of today's video. Coming up, we're going to be talking about more from JJ Redick in just a second. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is GameTime. GameTime makes getting tickets faster and easier. I've been using GameTime even before I became a Chat Sports employee, and I've used all the ticketing apps in the past, and GameTime is the absolute number one. Even for hard-to-get playoff seats, prices on the GameTime app actually go down closer as it gets to tip-off. You can save up to 60% off buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy, theater. It doesn't matter. Everything is on the GameTime app. And, we're going into the playoffs. The Lakers, Timberwolves, Game 1 is going to be at Crypto.com Arena. I still call it Staples Center. But you can get your tickets using the GameTime app, especially when you use the promo code CHATSPORTS, that's Chat Sports, and get up to 20% off or $20 off where terms apply. Again, download the GameTime app, get $20 off using the promo code ChatSports, CHATSPORTS, where terms apply. Download the GameTime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. What time is it? It's game time. All right. So JJ Redick, it's his first year as the head coach of the Lakers, and he had to say this on his first season. It's not done. And I spent all 3.5 minutes on the flight back from Dallas just thinking about making the playoffs and thinking about the coaching profession. And I think as a coach, you're obviously judged on regular season wins and losses and your ability to get to the playoffs. But I think the other 2 things that you're really judged on, the way you're able to handle the pressure of the playoffs, the adjustments, the in-game stuff. There's still so much work that we have to do, myself, our staff, and then I think you're also judged on the culture you create and whether or not your players and everybody in the building like coming to work. I'm just going to say this mentality, like I said at the beginning of the show, I love it. He's a psychopath, a basketball psychopath, and that's what a team that is very good, that wants to be a championship contending team, has to have. You have to have a coach that is only thinking about basketball, because that's JJ Redick. He had an easy time with being a broadcaster, and he said, I want to coach. And he's not satisfied with just going to make it to the playoffs. This man wants a championship. He is going to be the best coach that he can be because he wants that ring. And it's better than what we saw last year. Because you go from, you can't see it, but got my hands in my pockets. Darvin Ham. To go from him to JJ Redick, my confidence for this Lakers team is skyrocket. Way higher. I always said that Darvin Ham was holding this team back. His ability just to not recognize when to call timeout, his rotations, just everything, playmaking, play calling. JJ Redick has taken this Lakers team from here all the way to here. And you didn't have that last year going into the playoffs. Now you do. And you also have Luka Doncic. So let's look at JJ Redick's first season in the NBA. He helped lead the Lakers to 50 wins. You can check that off the box. Secured a top 3 seed in the West. You can check that off the box. Now the playoffs. You're in the playoffs, but how far are you going to go? You don't want to see a first-round exit, especially when you have home court advantage as the 3 seed. Nonetheless, his first season has shown real signs of promise. Every game you go in, it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's the Thunder, Doesn't matter if it's the 2-seed Rockets. You're going in and you feel like you can win. You feel like that they're actual championship contenders. And you also have now your superstar for the future because of the trade, and it's this guy right here, Luka Doncic. You have LeBron for now, for a couple years, but this guy right here is going to be here for a long, long time. What's your confidence level in JJ Redick? Do you love him? Do you feel absolutely confident that he's taken the Lakers to the finals? 100. If you're like, I miss Mr. Hands in his pockets, type a 0. I'm so glad he's gone. Type it down in the comments section of today's video. And don't forget to subscribe. Lakers Report's going to be live for Game 1. You're not going to want to miss that watch party. YouTube.com/@LakersTV. And as always, let's go Lake Show.